Coming to you from the Deep South, this is the Blue Collar Leadership Podcast. High-impact leadership is not reserved for leaders, and it has nothing to do with your position, title, or rank. However, it does have everything to do with your character. It's time to climb to the next level and beyond, personally and professionally. Now, let's start making it happen with your host, Max Story.
Hey guys, thanks for listening to the Blue Collar Leadership Podcast today. On today's episode, I want to talk to you about turnover. Whether you are a formal authority leader or whether you're not, doesn't really matter relative to this topic. But if you are a formal authority leader, especially a high impact leader, you must understand a turnover problem below is an indicator of a leadership problem above. And if your entire organization has a turnover problem, the leadership problem is all the way at the top. If one particular department or group within an organization has a turnover problem, there's a leadership problem with that group or that department's leader. It's that cut and dry. It's that simple. Unfortunately, a lot of low-impact leaders, they don't want to accept responsibility that they have a turnover problem because they have a lack of leadership ability. But I'm here to tell you that's exactly why they have a turnover problem. And I'm not just talking about turnover. There's always going to be turnover. But if it's excessive, can't keep people, can't attract people, that sort of thing, there's a leadership problem. There ain't no doubt about it. It's a fact. So, but when we're talking about organization-wide, it starts at the top. There's a leadership problem pretty much at every level of the organization. And the reason that happens is because the leader at the top has a leadership problem, their ability to lead. Because see, when you're at the top, the very top, you're responsible for everything going on in the organization. So if there's a turnover problem at the bottom or down below, there's definitely a leadership problem up above. Because see, organizations who have high impact leaders at the top, they don't have turnover problems. They have turnover. Everybody has turnover. But high impact leaders who are leading from the top, they attract, retain, grow, and develop leaders within their organization, so they don't have near as many problems below. So if we work on the leadership above, development of those leaders, we begin to address the turnover issues below. And so, a low impact leader, you hear them talk about all the time, they can't keep good people. They really don't understand what they're saying to somebody who actually knows. Because they run around and they talk about the people like the people are bad. The people won't work hard. The people won't give extra effort. The people won't take responsibility. The people don't work a notice when they do leave. Sometimes they just walk out the door. All these terrible people. Well, guess who's attracting these people? The leader. And so, if you're a formal authority leader and you have a turnover problem, if you really, really want to fix it, you got to stop looking out the window and blaming the people. Start looking in the mirror and taking responsibility. Another thing that I find common within these leaders above who have turnover problems below is during a conversation, I'll usually get around to what kind of leadership books are you listening to? What kind of podcasts you listening to? What kind of audio books you listening to? What kind of videos you watching to develop your leadership? The answer is usually nothing. Wonder why they have a turnover problem. Because they think they know all they need to know to lead. And most of the time, they don't know very much at all about leadership. The reason they think they know all they know to lead is because they're confused about what leadership is. They may very well know all they need to know to manage their people, their team, but they don't know how to lead them. If there's a high turnover problem, they don't know how to lead. High impact leaders don't have turnover problems. And most often when the people are leaving, the high impact leaders are giving them references and helping them get to the next level. Even if it's in another organization or another industry or another field, high impact leaders want the best for their people. That's why they don't have high turnover. Low impact leaders just want the people to do a good job and work hard while they're on the team. So if you're not a leader, but one day you aspire to be a leader, that's why you have to start developing yourself now. I tell people all the time, if you can't lead without a leadership position, you won't lead with a leadership position. And what I mean by that is, when you have a leadership position, you get artificial influence. Now you can manage people have to follow, unless they want to leave. And when you manage in a way that people want to leave, you get a high turnover. But when you don't have a leadership position, you don't get any artificial influence. You only are able to lead, influence other people with authentic influence. So if you can grow and develop your influence without a leadership position, and you can lead that way, you're far more likely to continue to lead that way when you get a leadership position. So the whole point of this show, this episode, was to help anybody listening, whether you're leading or will be leading later, or may never lead, but you work in an organization, there's a lot of turnover. The turnover is a symptom of the root cause, which is leadership development. Anyone that knows about leadership development understands it's the foundation for curing all these issues and all these problems that we have out in the workplace. And the foundation for leading others is to grow and develop yourself. Personal leadership is the foundation of high impact leadership. It starts with us. Who are we as people? All right. So remember that, what I started out this episode with? When there's a turnover problem at the bottom, there's a leadership problem at the top. Not sometime, every time. Hope you have a great day. Talk to you next time.
Make it happen or someone else will. It might as well be you. Are you serious about taking your career and your life to the next level and beyond? Check out Mac Story's Blue Collar Leadership Series books and others, now available on audio, along with paperback and ebooks at Amazon, iTunes, and Audible. Please visit bluecollarleadership.com to learn about Mac's books, programs, special offers, certifications, and more. Thank you for listening to the Blue Collar Leadership Podcast.